A very good evening to you. I do believe you've had a wonderful day so far. Many thanks for joining us on this 26th day of July 2023, a day when Azimio la Umoja coalition has been holding vigils to, of course, pay tribute to the fallen victims of the anti-government demonstrations. Now, remember, you can watch this bulletin live across all our social media platforms at Lookuptv on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Now, Azimio leader Raila Odinga is currently leading the Azimio vigil at the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Foundation in Nairobi for the victims who died in the anti-government demonstrations. Let's cross over and listen in to what they have to say.
Thank you so much, Ndugu Pio Mandai. Brother Raila, Brother Eugene, Mwami Wycliffe Oparanya, Governor Iria, Jeremiah Kioni, and our members of parliament and leaders from all of our country. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow mourners, I've been asked to read this statement on behalf of all of us as Azimio la Umoja One Kenya. And the subject is Azimio statement on vigils, prayers, and support for police brutality victims, dated today, July the 26th, 2023. This afternoon, we took time to visit the victims of police brutality who are receiving treatment in various hospitals in Nairobi. More specifically, we went to Mama Lucy Hospital and to Kenyatta National Hospital. We have also been able to visit the city mortuary. We visited the other day Shalom Hospital with our sister mother and Jeremiah Kioni, I think, and Mwangi. We even went all the way to Machakos Level 5 Hospital. This visit was also part of our effort to get as complete a picture as possible of the pain inflicted on protesters and demonstrators, innocent Kenyans, by the police. A similar exercise has gone on in different places across our country. We wish to extend our very deep and sincere sympathies to families of the loved ones that we have lost and those who have been injured. From this afternoon's visit and reports from across the country, it is clear Kenyans have gone through horror and terror these past days. People whose only crime was to protest against policies that they feel worked against them have been shot, clobbered to a pulp, or maimed. A number of the injured may never walk again. Many may be condemned to a life on wheelchairs. These Kenyans are in our prayers, and we trust that our God, who stands for justice and whom we all know never sleeps nor slumbers, will lift them up.
We'll be following that story for you, and we'll be giving you, of course, a full coverage of that in our subsequent bulletins. Moving forward, the Nairobi Central Business District and its environs witnessed calmness today morning with heavy security and checkpoints at different places, including State House Nairobi, in anticipation of the Azimio la Umoja vigil. Unlike last week, when businesses remained stalled due to the demonstrations, business people went about their activities as usual today. Now, President William Ruto has today met his counterparts in Tanzania for Heads of State Human Capital Summit held in Dar es Salaam. This comes amid claims by Azimio leader Raila Odinga that President Ruto snubbed President Samia Suluhu's 2 weeks ago while she was in Kenya to address the political crisis. Moving forward, Second Lady Dorcas Rigathi yesterday held a series of meetings with senior officials of the World Food Programme International Fund for Agricultural Development and Food Agriculture Organization in Italy to explore areas of collaboration in the empowerment of the youth in Kenya, while calling on partnerships and facilitation through grants and sponsorships to kick out illiteracy among the youth.
Youth are the same people we can use as drivers for environment issues. So when it comes to planting trees and having that initiative that will mitigate the environmental factors, youth again will be our best bet and an opportunity to invest in. And it is a good investment because we are talking about people who are energetic, people who would be willing. But this investment, Baba, is something that gives them return, as you are saying, decent wages. Those marginalized groups are the opportunity that we cannot afford to miss. Because in that space, many have gone there, not because they are marginalized, because maybe they have not gotten access to employment. You find them in a space where they are doing nothing. And because like the boy children I keep talking about, they are out there ostracized and unable to have equal access in areas of credit access.
We continue to promote closing gender gaps that exist, but at the same time, as Lauren mentioned, we realize that it is not enough to really change the mindset and go deeper into addressing what are the root causes of gender inequalities often, which can be rooted in discriminatory social norms, power imbalances that exist at different levels, household level, community level, and society by and large.
Now, in a bid to expose pupils to democratic processes, a school in Embu County invited the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission to oversee school elections. Now, the Jiful Kids School Director May Mushiri noted that the exposure will help pupils understand lessons like social studies better. Now, Manyata Sub-County IEBC Officer Caleb Gekonde applauded the school for the move to seek IEBC services in educating the pupils on electoral processes.
This is a very fast electoral process we've done in this school, considering it was a requirement by the NEC examination to conduct an election for the grade 4 project. We contacted IEBC and just to check if it was possible to conduct it, and they told us they're on board and they gave us their full support, and that is how we embarked on this whole journey of the electoral process. For campaigns, yes, I was in charge of the campaigns, and we got our nominees. They went through the nomination process. We vetted them. We were vetting them based on some of the moral values, e.g. integrity, equality, compassion, ability to work, teamwork, responsibility. And so many qualified, but we still had to narrow the number because our numbers are not so many. IEBC is a very important tool in this school. So they came on board, they did a voters education, how they're supposed to vote, what is required of the voters, the do's and the don'ts, the terms and conditions, and the children actually ended up understanding them.
But we feel like every institution, this is the way to go. Why? We want all the young ones, they are growing up, they are exposed to this culture of exercising their democratic right freely to elect their leaders who will represent them. And at the end of the day, when you are looking in the future, is something which is in their, sio kitu yenye inamsumbua sana.
Now, Kenya Union of Special Needs Education Teachers Union, that is KUSNET, has made a passionate appeal to the government to fund students with disability in private schools. Speaking at St. Joseph Nkapelele Center in Narok North constituency, where they provided food aid in the county, the union has called on Kenyans to stand with physically challenged students who have potential to be great given an opportunity.
Competitive with the other schools, even if they are what they are. But academically, they are very much okay. We thank God that from among them, some have got sponsorship, which they are who are in secondaries, and they are comfortably assisted to continue with their education. And some are in the other ordinary schools, but after when they have challenge with us here, when they go, at least they are capable to adapt to other schools which are not having special children like us. But I cannot forget to say that our school, we have a lot of challenges, because you can see the children are few, the income is too little. Even by seeing the structures of the school, you have the answers by yourselves.
It is the high time the government of the Republic of Kenya to start now funding the private special schools. These are learners who have been neglected for a very long period. But through now the Minister for Education, we are urging him, the way they are funding the examination for both public and private, they start now funding the private special school. We are also calling upon the county government, and not only the county government in Narok, across the country, they are supposed now to focus.
Now, Kisii County-based Shabana FC will be forced to play their FKF Premier League home matches in an alternative stadium, as Kisii Stadium will be undergoing renovation. Shabana, who are the current National Super League champions, were received in a heroic homecoming fete at the Kisii Stadium, where Kisii Governor Simbarati noted that water flooding during heavy rains is one of the reasons for the renovation of the famous stadium.
Due to the challenges witnessed in this stadium during the NSL matches, such as difficulties in crowd control and flooding of the beach, we are set to embark on further renovation of the stadium to improve conditions and meet standards. We are today rolling out massive online fans registration exercise to help enhance fan base for Shabana FC, locally and internationally, so as to boost the avenues for supporting going forward. As the earlier promised, the sponsor had sourced for Savannah is ready to sign for sponsorship of 20 million Kenya shillings.
The likes of Lame Kaungo and Simbalada Charles Kiagi would have said Tore Bobe. I don't know whether I've pronounced that right, but Shabana FC, of course, is a force to reckon with in the next season's Kenyan Premier League. Now, on that note, we've come to the end of this particular bulletin, but remember to follow us on social media platforms at Lookuptv on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, just to get updated or be updated with whatever is happening across the country. Now, remember as well to visit our website www.lookuptv.co.ke just to get an overview of whatever is happening across all the 47 counties in the country. Until then, of course, we'll be following up on key stories, including the Azimio vigil, which is currently ongoing at the Jaramogi Odinga Foundation here in the capital, Nairobi, and of course what has been happening across the country in regards to those particular vigils. Until then, do have yourself a lovely evening, and like always, God bless.